We'll start with the center of the basketball galaxy, which is basically wherever the world's most wanted free agent happens to be. Thursday, that was Las Vegas, where the King was on hand for his LeBron James Skills Academy. Presumably, the camp does not address discretion, but credit the James gang for its information security. By all accounts, Team James has given up nothing by way of hints to his free agent choice. Those looking for clues noted Dwayne Wade stopped by for a chat with James in Vegas, while back in Ohio, hopeful Cavaliers fans gathered outside LeBron's home, awaiting an announcement that so far hasn't come. And that's where things stand. Reggie Miller now joins us. He also happens to be in Las Vegas and has more on the decision. And Reggie, what do you make of the fact that on the first day LeBron James could sign a deal, he still hasn't announced his intentions?
I don't even think LeBron James at this point in time knows where he wants to play.
Really?
It's a very difficult decision to make. Now, I could give perspective on where I would like for him to play. I would love for him to see him go back home and play for Cleveland. I don't think the way he left Cleveland, it has never set well with him. Between the fans burning his jersey, obviously the letter from the owner, Dan Gilbert. Granted, going to Miami, 2 championships back-to-back, 4 straight times in the NBA Finals, all fantastic. But there's something about LeBron James and the Cleveland faithful. Now, again, he could easily re-up and re-sign with Miami. I get that, because he has history there with Pat Riley and Dwayne Wade. But I think in his heart of hearts, there's something that is pulling him back home, whether it's his Akron roots or the way he left, the decision part one. I think that's the reason why LeBron has no idea where he wants to go.
There's also an attractive young roster there in Cleveland. In your mind, what makes the most sense basketball-wise?
Well, if LeBron is going to end up in Cleveland, something else has to follow him, whether that's Kevin Love or another well-known, established veteran. If LeBron James is going to go back to Cleveland, in my opinion, Andrew Wiggins, Kyrie Irving, great young players, but they're going to have a little bit more around him in that Eastern Conference if they want to end up being successful in representing the East in the NBA Finals.
Reggie, we're talking about LeBron going back to Cleveland potentially, but what kind of hole would this leave in Miami if he doesn't come back? We know how Cleveland responded when he left the first time, but now to leave Miami in this fashion after 4 straight years to the finals, what does that do to the fan base there and the team there?
Oh, certainly you've got to start over. And obviously we've heard reports about Chris Bosh saying really he's leaving it in LeBron's hands. If LeBron goes back to Cleveland, he's going to Houston to sign that 4-year, $88 million deal offer sheet from the Rockets. And really who's left is Mickey Arison, Pat Riley, and Dwayne Wade. So I think they'll be back to square one, trying to rebuild that franchise.
In your mind, and there's no way to read his, but could there be a limit to Chris Bosh's patience? I mean, look, he's out on the World Family Tour, as he calls it. Ghana was the last place we placed him. At some point, does Bosh just say to himself, look, I need to find a place to play?
Yeah, but like us, all media and fans alike, they're all waiting for that numeral 1 domino to fall. So until LeBron James makes a decision, whether he goes back to Cleveland or re-ups with Miami, right now Chris Bosh he's in a holding pattern, as is the rest of everyone. Melo, he's waiting to see what LeBron James is going to do.
Of course, Chandler Parsons factors into this equation as well. He has an offer sheet signed in hand from the Dallas Mavericks, 3 years and $46 million. The clock is now ticking for the Houston Rockets, who have 3 days to match that offer. And this is, again, all waiting for LeBron James to set the other dominoes in motion. How much impatience is there around the league right now with LeBron? And at what point does that patience become frustration and then downright irritants that business can't be conducted?
Well, let me ask both of you this question. When's the last time the NBA has dominated the headlines during the summer? Normally it's the boys of summer in baseball or guys gearing up for the NFL season. right now, the #1 sports story is LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, and where they're going to end up. So I'm sure there's a little bit of frustration, particularly on Chandler Parsons, because he has this offer waiting in Chris Bosh and Houston Rockets. But right now, it's kind of good to be the king, because right now he is making things happen in the NBA.
Reggie, if you're Carmelo and you don't have a pathway to go and play with LeBron somewhere, why would you hold up? Why would you not go ahead and jump on the offer from the Knicks or the Lakers and make your decision anyway?
Or Chicago, which I think a lot of people were pulling for Carmelo. Easily, I felt if Carmelo went to Chicago, they would be the clear cut. Even if LeBron James re-upped with Miami, I would still pick Derrick Rose, Joakim Noah, and Carmelo Anthony in a Chicago Bulls uniform to be the best team in the Eastern Conference. It's a little perplexing, if you ask me, how these guys cannot make this decision. But again, right now these guys are, especially in LeBron's case, he's chasing championships because his legacy is at hand. And what better way to fill in the rest of his resume if he finds a way to go back to Cleveland and make it right and win one for Cleveland.
All right, Reggie Miller with us from Las Vegas. Appreciate it, Reggie. You're on the clock like the rest of us. We're just waiting.
I'm just waiting. And in the meantime, I'm going to head over here to MGM, World Series of Poker, and wait until LeBron James makes his decision.
Or until Paul Pierce plays himself out of the tournament, right?
That's right. I'll tap Paul out.
All right. Thanks, Reg. Good to see you.
Thanks, guys.